Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. You've tried everything, given all of yourself, but things are still not aligning. The weight of the world seems too heavy, the road too long, and the future too uncertain. There are times when you look around and all you see are obstacles. You feel like you're standing on the edge, looking into a vast unknown, and the thought of taking the next step seems terrifying. But here's what you need to understand. Your journey is not defined by what you see in front of you today. It is not limited by your present circumstances. There is something greater than your struggles, greater than the things that seem to be working against you. What you have within you is more powerful than anything you could ever encounter in this world. The strength to persevere, to overcome, and to rise above is already inside of you, even if you can't always see it or feel it. In times of doubt, it is crucial to remember that your steps are not determined by what you can see or understand at the moment. What lies ahead, what you will encounter, and what you will become cannot always be predicted by your present knowledge. There is a bigger plan, a deeper purpose at play. You are not wandering aimlessly or living without purpose. Every challenge you face, every roadblock, every detour is a piece of bigger picture. Yes, the journey may be filled with moments of fear, moments of wondering if you're making the right choices, or if you're going to reach the destination you envision. But in those moments when everything seems unclear, it's essential to lean into what you know deep down. You have the ability to navigate through life's uncertainties because you've already made it through things before that. You have been through tough times and you're still standing. That is proof of the resilience that lies within you. When you're faced with challenges, the first thing to remember is that you are not meant to walk this path alone. There are forces beyond your comprehension guiding you even when you can't see them. In the moments when you feel most lost, you are being guided towards the lessons, the growth, and the experiences that will shape your future. The truth is that the very thing you fear might be the very thing that will push you into your destiny. You are capable of more than you think. You have a reservoir of strength that you haven't even tapped into yet. But that strength is unlocked when you trust the process, trust in the timing of your life, trust in the unfolding of your journey. Understand that not every door you try to open will be the right one, and that's okay. Each door that doesn't open is simply clearing the way for the one that will. And that door, when it opens, will lead you to something far greater than you ever imagined. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the way things are supposed to look. You have expectations, you have a vision, and when things don't go according to plan, it's easy to feel discouraged. But remember that the path to greatness is rarely straight. The detours, the setbacks, and even the failures are part of the story. These moments are where you build character, where you develop strength, where you learn to trust and believe in yourself, even when nothing around you makes sense. In those moments when you feel like everything is falling apart, know that there's a rebuilding happening. It may not always look pretty and it may not always feel comfortable, but there is something beautiful being crafted in the process. Your life is being shaped in ways that you cannot always see or understand, but rest assured the pieces are coming together. I want you to remember this. Your journey is not a race. It's not a competition. You are on your own timeline, and your path is unique. The person next to you may seem to be going faster or moving with more ease, but that's their journey, not yours. Don't let comparison steal your peace. Your progress is not measured by the speed of others, but by your own steps. Every small step you take forward is progress, even when it feels like you're moving slowly. And in those quiet moments when you question everything, I want you to remember the promises that have been spoken over your life. The promises of peace, of pervasive purpose. They are not empty words. They are a guarantee that your life is not by accident. You were created for a reason, and even if you don't fully understand that reason yet, it's unfolding before your eyes. The pieces are slowly coming together, and with each moment, the vision becomes clearer. Your past does not define you, and your future is not determined by your mistakes. It doesn't matter what has happened before, the setbacks you faced, or the disappointments you've experienced. They do not have the power to dictate your future unless you allow them to. You have the power to rise, to choose a new direction, to change the course of your life. Your past is simply a part of your story, not the final chapter. You are constantly evolving. You are constantly growing. You are constantly becoming who you were always meant to be. And in the process of becoming, you must trust that the journey is working for your good. Trust that the difficult seasons are preparing you for something greater. Trust that the delays are setting you up for the right timing. Trust that the no's you've heard are guiding you to the yes that will open doors beyond what you could ever imagine. Trusting the process is not always easy. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when fear whispers in your ear, and when you feel overwhelmed. But in those moments, remind yourself of the strength you possess. Remember the dreams that have been placed in your heart and the purpose that has been embedded in your soul. Keep going, even when you can't see the way. Trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards something bigger. You are stronger than you know, and the journey you're on is shaping you into the person you are destined to be. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep trusting. The best is yet to come. There are moments in life when everything feels uncertain. You're standing at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take, or maybe you're already walking down a path that feels more like a stop sign than a jump or a battle. You look ahead, and all you see are obstacles, roadblocks, and challenges that seem insurmountable. It's easy in these moments to question everything. You ask yourself if you're making the right choices, if the decisions you've made up until now are leading you towards something good, or if you've made a wrong turn somewhere along the way. But here's the reality. The process of growth and success isn't always going to be easy to understand in the moment. There will be times when everything feels foggy, when the path ahead is clearly illuminated, and you feel as though you're walking through life blindfolded. That's when trust becomes crucial. Trust that even when you don't know where the road is leading, it is still leading somewhere. Trust that every step, even the ones that feel like missteps, is part of the journey. Trusting the process doesn't mean that you'll always see immediate results or that things will always happen the way you want them to. In fact, more often than not, things may not unfold exactly as you planned. But just because things aren't going as expected doesn't mean they aren't working in your favor. The process of growth, of reaching your goals, of building the life you want, is often messy. It's filled with detours, delays, failures, and unexpected turns. However, in those very moments, something is happening beneath the surface. There's a shift, a growth, an evolution that's taking place, even when it doesn't seem obvious to you. Every challenge, every disappointment, every no you encounter is not a signal that you are on the wrong path. Sometimes these very things are clearing the way for something better, something more aligned with who you are becoming. Trusting the process means believing that the setbacks are not signs of failure, but stepping stones leading you to a place where you can truly thrive. You have to believe that what feels like a dead end today might just be preparing you for that fateful day tomorrow. What makes this journey even harder is the pressure to understand everything immediately. In a world that values instant gratification and immediate results, it's difficult to accept that some things take time. We want answers now. We want the outcomes of our efforts to be visible right away. But the truth is, the most important lessons, the ones that shape us into who we are meant to be, are learned in the waiting, in the uncertainty. The process shapes your character. It builds your resilience, your patience, and your ability to keep going, even when the end goal feels far off. Trusting the process means being patient with yourself and allowing space for growth, even when the results aren't immediate. It also requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what's not happening, you begin to appreciate what is happening. You start to recognize the small victories along the way, the things that might not be big but are still meaningful. It's easy to become discouraged when we focus only on what we haven't achieved, but if you take a moment to reflect, you'll see the progress you've made, even if it doesn't look the way you expected. Trusting the process involves recognizing that growth doesn't always happen in a straight line. It's not always linear, and that's okay. Life is full of twists and turns, and every experience, no matter how small, is shaping you for the greater purpose ahead. There will also be times when the process will stretch you. It will require you to step out of your comfort zone, to do things you never thought you could do, and to take risks you never thought you would take. And it's in these moments when you feel uncomfortable or uncertain that trusting the process is most important. The uncomfortable moments are often the moments where you're growing the most. You're being.
Trusting the process also involves letting go of the need for control. So often we try to control every aspect of our journey. We want to dictate the pace, the path, and the outcome. But the truth is there are things beyond our control, and sometimes the best thing we can do is release our grip and let things unfold naturally. It's in that release, in that trust, that the magic happens. When you stop forcing things to happen and allow the process to unfold on its own terms, you create space for the right things to come into your life at the right time. Every step, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty is part of the bigger picture. Trusting the process means letting go of the need to have all the answers right now and embracing the unknown. It means stepping forward even when you don't know exactly where you're going, but believing that each step is leading you to exactly where you need to be. You may not see it today, but one day when you look back, you'll realize that every step, every moment of waiting, every setback, and every challenge was part of the beautiful journey that brought you to where you are meant to be. And in that moment, you'll understand the power of trusting the process all along. You are stronger than you realize. Life has a way of testing us, challenging us, and sometimes pushing us to our breaking point. It feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on us, and in those moments it's easy to believe that we don't have what it takes to keep going. We all face struggles, whether they are external challenges or internal battles that no one else can see. But the truth is, you possess an inner strength that you may not always acknowledge, a strength that will carry you through even the hardest times. Strength is not always about physical power or the ability to endure without breaking. It's about resilience. It's about the courage to keep going when everything inside of you wants to give up. The ability to bounce back after a setback, to rise after falling, and to keep pushing forward even when the road ahead seems impossible. In those moments when you feel like you're at your lowest, it's crucial to remember that you are being built, molded, and strengthened in ways you cannot yet see. The strength you have within you is constantly evolving, growing with each challenge you face. Every time you overcome a difficult moment, you become more resilient. You prove to yourself that you can handle more than you ever thought possible. The world often teaches us that strength means never showing vulnerability or weakness. It tells us that in order to be strong, we need to be perfect, unaffected by life's difficulties. But that is a lie. True strength comes from embracing our vulnerabilities, from acknowledging that we don't always have it all together. When you allow yourself to feel, to process, and to be real with yourself about the pain you're experiencing, you open yourself up to healing. And in that healing, you grow stronger. Strength is not about being invincible. It's about finding the courage to face your pain, to feel it, and to rise above it. One of the most powerful aspects of inner strength is its ability to shine in the most unexpected places. When life tests us, when we are forced to confront challenges that seem beyond our control, that is when our strength emerges. It's often in the darkest times that we discover just how capable we are. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a quiet determination, a whisper to ourselves that we will not give up, even when everything around us seems to be falling apart. It's the small victories, the silent perseverance, and the willingness to keep moving forward despite the odds. These are the moments that show us just how strong we truly are. Moreover, it's important to understand that strength isn't always about doing things alone. In fact, some of the greatest displays of strength come from allowing ourselves to lean on others. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we must handle everything by ourselves, but true strength comes from knowing when to ask for help, when to let others support us. Vulnerability doesn't make you weak, it makes you human, and allowing others to lift you up when you can't stand on your own is a demonstration of strength, not weakness. You don't have to carry the burden of the world alone. Another aspect of your strength is your ability to adapt. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and the road ahead is rarely straight. We can't control everything, but we can control how we respond to what life throws at us. The ability to pivot, to adjust, and to keep moving forward despite change is one of the most powerful forms of strength. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't turn out the way we expect them to, but remember that your strength lies in your ability to adapt, to see new opportunities where others might see only obstacles. Strength is found in your ability to persevere even when the circumstances are constantly shifting. Sometimes strength shows up in the form of patience. We live in a world where everything is moving faster than ever before, and the pressure to succeed quickly is immense. But real strength is found in the ability to wait, to trust the process, and to believe that things will unfold in their own time. Patience is not passive, it is an active choice to continue believing even when the results are not immediate. It's trusting that the work you are putting in now will eventually pay off even if you don't see the fruits of your labor just yet. Every trial you face, every challenge you encounter is an opportunity for your strength to grow. You will be tested, you will face things that seem impossible, but know this, you are stronger than you think. You have the resilience to overcome, the courage to keep going, and the ability to rise above every obstacle that comes your way. Your strength is not something that is given to you. It's something that you cultivate, something that you build with every step you take, every challenge you face, and every moment you choose to keep going despite the odds. When you look back on your life, you will see the moments where you were stretched, where you thought you couldn't go on, and yet you did. You will see how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how much stronger you are because of everything you face. You are stronger than you realize, and the power to keep going, to overcome, and to thrive is within you. Trust in that strength. Let it guide you through the hard times, and let it be the force that propels you to your next victory. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect it. You set out with a plan, a vision, and a desire to succeed, but sometimes things don't go according to your expectations. In these moments, it can be easy to feel defeated or question your ability to make it through, yet what often appears to be a setback is really a set-up for something far greater than you imagined. Every challenge, every failure, and every closed door holds within it the seeds of future success. Setbacks are not the end of your story. They are part of the process that will ultimately propel you to your breakthrough. It's important to understand that the setbacks you experience are not signs of your failure or your inability to succeed. In fact, they are often the very things that set you up for the success you desire. When you face a setback, it's easy to view it as something negative, something that has held you back or kept you from moving forward. But in reality, setbacks are part of the refining process. They are preparing you for what's to come. The process of success is rarely smooth. The road to your goals is filled with detours, roadblocks, and challenges that will test your determination and your resilience. It's through these trials that you are shaped, molded, and refined into the person who can handle the success that is waiting for you on the other side. The key to understanding setbacks is to change your perspective. Instead of seeing them as failures, start to see them as opportunities for growth. When you encounter a setback, you are given the chance to reassess, recalibrate, and learn valuable lessons that you would not have learned otherwise. Every time you fall, you have the chance to get back up, stronger and more prepared for the next step. Setbacks teach you perseverance. They remind you that success is not about avoiding challenges. It's about learning how to rise above them. Sometimes the setbacks in life are not just about the things that happen to you, but about your own internal doubts and fears. You may be afraid of failing again or afraid that you're not good enough. But the reality is you've already been through so much. You've faced difficulties before and you're still here. The setbacks you've experienced have given you wisdom, experience, and strength. They have shown you what you are truly capable of, and this is where the real growth happens, not when everything goes according to plan, but when you face challenges head on, knowing that you have what it takes to overcome them. You might be wondering why things aren't happening as quickly as you thought they would. Why does it feel like you're working so hard, putting in the effort, but things just aren't falling into place? The truth is that timing plays a significant role in your journey. Sometimes setbacks are not about you not being good enough or not trying hard enough. They are about the perfect timing. The universe has its own rhythm, and sometimes things need to fall into place in a specific way before you can move forward. Just because things are delayed doesn't mean they are denied. The process of waiting, learning, and growing during a setback prepares you for what is coming. When you finally reach your goal, you'll realize that the waiting period was not wasted. It was all part of the bigger plan. There is power in persistence. When you experience a setback, it's not about giving up or letting the setback define you. It's about showing up every day even when it's hard and continuing to move forward. It's about having faith in the process and believing that the effort you are putting in will eventually lead to success. Persistence in the face of setbacks builds character. It strengthens your resolve and teaches you how to keep going even when things are tough. Success is not just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't give up when things don't go as planned. The journey itself is where the true transformation occurs. At the same time, it's important to recognize that not every setback is something to be feared. Some setbacks are actually blessings in disguise. They might be redirecting you toward a path that is more aligned with your true purpose. The doors that close might be saving you from situations that weren't meant for you, and the plans that fall apart might be making room for something even better. What feels like a setback today might be leading you to a breakthrough tomorrow. It's a matter of trust. Trusting that even though you can't see the full picture right now, the pieces are falling into place in ways that you will only understand later. And then there's the role of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. It's the ability to keep going when life knocks you down. Life isn't easy, and there will be moments when it feels like everything is working against you. But resilience is about refusing to stay down when life pushes you down. It's about choosing to rise, to try again, and to keep fighting for what you want, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Setbacks don't have to defeat you. They can fuel you. The key is to keep moving forward even when it feels like you're not making any progress. With each step, no matter how small, you are getting closer to your goals. Remember that no setback is ever permanent unless you allow it to be. It's temporary. It's a chapter in your story, not the whole story. You are not defined by your setbacks. You are defined by how you respond to them. Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. The challenges you face today are building you for the success that's ahead. So keep going, keep believing. The setup is real and the best is yet to come. In today's world, it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We see others around us excelling, achieving things that we may be struggling with, and it can create a sense of inadequacy. We start to question ourselves, why am I not where they are? Why does their success come so easily while I'm still trying to figure things out? The truth is, comparison is one of the biggest thieves of peace. When you measure your progress against someone else's, you lose sight of your own journey, your own purpose, and your own value. The reality is that everyone's journey is unique. Just because someone else seems to be moving faster or reaching their goals with more ease doesn't mean that you are behind or failing. Each person's path is different, shaped by their own set of experiences, challenges, and opportunities. The timeline of your life is not meant to look the same as anyone else's. What matters is that you stay focused on your own progress, no matter how slow or fast it may seem. The race is not against anyone else, it's against yourself. It's about becoming the best version of you at your own pace on your own terms. When you compare your life to someone else's, you ignore all the different factors that make up their journey. You don't see the sleepless nights they've had, the struggles they faced behind closed doors, or the sacrifices they've made to get where they are. Social media and other platforms often portray only the highlights of people's lives, the successes, the wins, the picture-perfect moments. But what you don't see are the failures, the doubts, the moments of vulnerability, and the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Comparing yourself to a curated version of someone else's life often has its own timing, and it can be difficult to understand why things aren't happening as quickly as we expect. In a world that thrives on instant gratification and quick results, waiting can feel like an agonizing process. We see others achieve their dreams or reach milestones, and we wonder why we haven't gotten there yet. But timing in the grand scheme of things is a crucial part of the journey. It's easy to get frustrated or discouraged when things don't unfold as quickly as we think they should, but learning to trust that everything is unfolding at the right moment is key to finding peace in the waiting process. Sometimes we become so fixated on a timeline that we forget that growth and progress aren't always linear. Things might not always happen on the exact schedule we set for ourselves, but that doesn't mean they aren't happening. The key to growth is to understand that not everything is within your control, and sometimes what you're waiting for is being carefully prepared for you. The delays, the pauses, and even the struggles are part of the preparation for the success that is coming. The lessons you're learning in this season of waiting are shaping you into the person who will be able to handle what's coming next. Trust that the time you spend waiting is not wasted. It's part of your transformation. It can be difficult not to compare your progress to others, especially when you feel like you're falling behind, but the truth is timing varies for everyone. What may be right for one person at one moment in time might not be right for you yet. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to success. What's important is not the speed of your journey, but the authenticity of it. Your timing will come when you are ready, and it will align with the circumstances that are meant for you, not someone else. Trusting your own timing allows you to let go of the pressure to keep up with others and embrace the fact that your story is unique and unfolding in its own time. Waiting doesn't mean you're not working or not trying. In fact, it's often during the waiting period that you grow the most. While it may seem like you're in a holding pattern, you are actually being prepared for something much bigger than you could have imagined. Waiting teaches you patience, resilience, and trust. It gives you the opportunity to refine your skills, gain new knowledge, and build the character that will support the success you are striving for. The growth that happens in the waiting period is just as important, if not more important, than the end result. Sometimes we don't understand why certain things take longer than we expect. Maybe a career opportunity you were hoping for hasn't materialized yet, or you're still waiting for the relationship you desire. In these moments, it's easy to become discouraged or question your worth. But just because things are delayed doesn't mean they are denied. The universe or life has a way of orchestrating everything in perfect timing. What may seem like a delay is often a redirection, a chance for something better to come into your life at the right moment. What you may think is a missed opportunity could actually be preparing the way for something greater that you couldn't see before. Trusting in the timing of your life also means recognizing that there is purpose in the pause. The time spent waiting is not time wasted. It's part of your preparation. It's in the waiting that you gain clarity about what you truly want, what you're willing to work for, and how much you're willing to sacrifice. The waiting period is an opportunity to align yourself with your true desires, to make sure that when the moment of opportunity comes, you're ready for it. Timing isn't just about the external world aligning, it's about the internal shifts that are happening within you. As you wait, you grow, you heal, and you become more aligned with your purpose. The journey isn't always about rushing toward the finish line. It's about appreciating each step along the way. There's a richness in the waiting. You begin to appreciate the little things, the small victories, and the moments of peace that come when you're not obsessing over the end result. Every step you take, even in the waiting, is progress. The key is to trust that everything is happening for you, not to you. Even in the moments when you feel like you're not moving fast enough, you are being positioned for something greater. Timing also teaches us to have faith. Faith that what we desire is on its way, even if we can't see it yet. Faith that everything is unfolding according to a plan that we might not fully understand. It's easy to lose hope when things aren't happening as quickly as we want, but faith is what sustains us through the waiting. It's the belief that the delay is part of the process and that the right opportunities will arrive at the right time. Trusting your own timing means trusting that everything is falling into place. Even if it doesn't look like it right now, what feels like a delay may actually be divine timing, setting you up for something even greater than what you imagined. So instead of getting frustrated by the wait, embrace it. Use this time to grow, to learn, and to prepare for what's coming. Trust that timing and trust that everything you're working for will come to you at the right moment. Your journey is uniquely yours, and the timing of your life is exactly as it's meant to be. It's easy to get lost in the noise of life, constantly striving to achieve more, be more, and do more. We get caught up in a world that places a high value on outward success and perfection, and in the process we often forget the importance of slowing down, reflecting, and finding peace within ourselves. Trusting in your own timing and journey means learning to embrace your unique path, no matter how it might differ from others. You are exactly where you need to be, and each step, each moment is part of the larger picture. The pressure to achieve things quickly or to fit a certain mold can make you feel as though you're constantly running a race you didn't even sign up for. But success doesn't come in a predetermined package. There's no one-size-fits-all definition of success, and there is certainly no universal timeline for it. We can't expect our lives to unfold according to someone else's schedule or according to societal expectations. Everyone's journey is different. While someone else may seem to have it all figured out, that doesn't mean their journey is the right one for you, nor does it mean that yours is any less valuable or significant. It's also important to recognize that the external milestones we see, career achievements, personal relationships, financial success, don't define the full picture of a fulfilling life. These achievements are often a reflection of circumstances, timing, and the lessons we learn along the way, but they do not determine our worth. Your worth is innate. It doesn't depend on what you achieve or when you achieve it. Each step you take, no matter how big or small, contributes to who you are becoming. There is beauty in the journey itself, not just in the destination. The process of becoming who you are meant to be is just as valuable, if not more so, than the end result. When you stop comparing your life to others, you begin to focus on what is truly important, your growth, your development, and your own unique contributions to the world. Every person has something valuable to offer, and your story is no exception. It's easy to get distracted by the success stories we hear, but each person's success is built on their individual experiences, their own set of challenges, and their unique gifts. What works for someone else may not work for you, and that's perfectly fine. Your path may look different, but it is no less significant. Comparison doesn't just steal your peace, it also robs you of the opportunity to celebrate your own progress. How can you appreciate how far you've come if you're always looking at someone else's journey? Each step you take forward, no matter how small it seems, is a victory. If you're constantly comparing yourself to others, you may overlook the many blessings and achievements you've had along the way. Take time to reflect on your own growth and accomplishments. Celebrate the steps that others might not notice, the lessons you've learned, the hurdles you've overcome, the moments of courage when you didn't think you had it in you. These are victories worth celebrating. Additionally, constantly comparing yourself to others can lead to self-doubt. When you look at someone else's success and wonder why you haven't achieved the same things, it can make you question your abilities. You might start to think that you're not good enough or that there's something wrong with you because your journey doesn't look the same as theirs. But the truth is, your journey is unique. Just because someone else's timeline looks different doesn't mean you're behind. You are exactly where you need to be, and your path is unfolding at its own pace. Trusting your journey means letting go of the pressure to keep up with others and focusing on your own growth. One of the most freeing things you can do is embrace the uniqueness of your own story. Your experiences, your challenges, and your victories are all part of what makes you who you are. Your story matters, and it's a story worth living fully. Rather than constantly measuring yourself against someone else's success, begin to measure your own progress. Ask yourself, how much have I grown? How much have I learned? What new skills have I acquired? In what ways am I becoming stronger? This kind of self-reflection allows you to appreciate your journey for what it is and to acknowledge how far you've come. It's also important to recognize that the timing of your life is in perfect alignment with your own growth. What you may perceive as delays or setbacks could actually be giving you the opportunity to become more fully prepared for what's to come. The lessons you learn along the way are integral to the person you are becoming. Success isn't just about reaching the destination, it's about how you evolve along the way. Your timing will come, and it will come when you are ready. Trust in the process of your own development and growth. When you stop comparing and start focusing on your own path, you create a space for peace and gratitude. Instead of feeling frustrated about where you are, you begin to appreciate the journey. You begin to see the beauty in your own story, in the way your life is unfolding at its own pace. Every step you take brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. Embrace your unique path, trust in the timing of your life, and remember that your journey is yours to cherish, not to compare. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, it's crucial to remember that our journey is uniquely our own. The road may not always be smooth and the path may not always be clear, but every step, every setback, and every challenge we face is shaping us into the person we are destined to become. It's in trusting the timing of our lives, accepting our growth process, and understanding that we are stronger than we realize that we find peace. We must let go of comparisons and trust that our story is unfolding exactly as it should at the pace we need. Every moment, whether we recognize it or not, is an opportunity for growth, healing, and transformation. Remember, you are enough just as you are. Your timing will come. The lessons you're learning today, the waiting, the detours, and the challenges are all part of your preparation for the greatness that is to come. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust that what is meant for you will find you when the time is right. Keep moving forward step by step with faith and patience. Your journey is far from over and the best is yet to come. Keep trusting in your path and know that everything is unfolding for you in perfect timing.